last night was another night of horrific pain. They were attacking me with energy weapons so bad that I could not turn my neck or body to the right. They were blowing out my right arm, and they were blinding me, and they did that to my dad before he died. And the reason they're blinding me and trying to cripple me is because they even gave him strokes and heart attacks to try to separate his mind and thought from God, and then invaded. And so after they did this, I wouldn't open my eyes when I woke up because I couldn't see. And I thought I never would see again, and I thought I could never use my neck or arms again. And then after a couple hours, I kept soaking my eyes. And then when I got the swelling out of my eyes, I started to see shapes again. Everything was like Play-Doh. When I tried to focus on things, nothing would focus, and nothing had like detail. It had no detail because my eyes were too swollen. So it was just like looking at globs of Play-Doh, and I was horrified. I woke up in the night 2 or 3 times when I was in excruciating pain, and I couldn't see. So I was scared to death to keep my eyes open because I was scared to face the fact that I might be blind forever. But then after daylight, when they turned these weapons off, when they turned this energy sound off that was destroying my neck and arms, I was able to start to open my eyes. They weren't like squinting shut with swelling. And then I got soaked in the tub, and then I just kept praying and praying and praying. And eventually I could open my eyes again. And then when I did, I couldn't make the giant words focus on like the big soap bottle of dishwashing detergent in the bathroom. None of the words could be detailed. And then after a couple hours, I could start seeing solid shapes again. And thank God now I can see this big truck across the road, but I can't make out any details on the door words. And if I look in the sky, I know there's white shapes, but I can't see what's in the white shapes. Like when I take pictures of clouds, I look for faces or detail. I can just see white shapes with no things and nothing that details if there's anything in the clouds. And so I know each day I'm on borrowed time, and I know I have no hope. There's no place to escape. I'm surrounded by these killer clowns. They call them smiley faces. They send me smiley faces. I don't know. They try to tell me Sonia Jensen. Look, like this. They send me these smiley faces, like Sonia Jensen. She said she's mad at me because she used to be at John Saw's site, and she was always talking to me. And she had this place called Dreamland Magic, Pixie Fairy kind of place. It was linked to the film people probably. That was in Canada. And I never had anything against this woman. I talked to her the whole time she used to come there. But then when my mom died, she went in and said, it was horrifying, but the month my mom died, I never, she comes in and says to me, I'm glad she died. I couldn't believe it. Because they were trying to control me. And then later I noticed that when my stepdaughter Sasha met these homosexual ladies from Canada that wanted to seduce her, I guess that's what they had in mind because she lived with them, and she started saying she was gay after that. They had someone, I don't know why, but later after those women and she broke up, this man appeared on her street, and he used to have 2 ex-wives who they both been in prison, but one of them didn't stay for drugs and prostitution, and she ended up marrying this guy. And later I was checking him out because I hadn't seen my stepdaughter in years. She was raised out of state, but I think I've seen her 2 times since she was 4 years old. And I told her, please don't marry this guy, because of his criminal past, and because you said he has trouble with drugs and stuff. I said, don't marry him. And I wrote her brothers and sisters and pleaded, don't let her marry him. What do you do? I tried to get her to college. I told her, come and travel with her dad, have a car, come live here, go, I said, you love animals, be a vet's assistant, we'll pay you right through college. I told her, I said, go to art school. I think you should be an artist. I really want you to be an artist. So I started checking out her site to see if she was linked to anybody else, like an organized crime. And then I found out that for some reason, his sister, she had vampires on her page. Her contacts wanted him to be Sonia Jensen, the person from Canada. Now, how did that happen? And so maybe this Sonia Jensen's mad at me. I don't know. All I know is, for the longest time, I thought she worked for John Saw. So I had this guy on my computer when all my stuff was being stolen. I said, is John Saw part of some cult? Is he linked to these people that are talking to me from his page? And he said, he didn't believe hacking could happen. But yet he did codes and HTML for the military, and he worked at CompUSA. after he got out of the military, and he taught people HTML. I said, but they're moving my cursor around. They're telling me they're stealing my work. So the hacking has to be possible because my files are disappearing. And he said, oh, no, nobody can see your computer. Nobody can control your computer. I said, but they really are. And I was taking my computer everywhere when all my stuff first started disappearing. But say, oh, there's no such thing as hacking. And later, they knew. And then the Godsend disappeared for me, and then everything else ended up going to Lionsgate, and they just used merely where I said I'd been at a hostel in California, and it'd be a scary place to put a horror story. People would be abducted because there's transients and people from around the world, and nobody'd be missed. And I said, wow, I can just see people going into a hostel and disappearing. And then for some reason they did the movie Hostel, but they wanted me to see it. They sent me the trailer, and as soon as I did open my computer, my hard drive was blown out, and they erased my website and had at the top of it like a synopsis for Hostel. They erased out the whole thing, and then my nightmares began. Then people started breaking in, people started stealing from me, people killed my parents, people started threatening to kill me, people killed my animals, cats, dogs. And so all of this is just, it's evil. And I'm Christian, and I'm stalked daily.